watching the evolution and escape velocity of a very successful company. They made a big bet on data and open source. It's paying off. This next interview is really going to talk about the scale benefits of leveraging the right architecture at the right time. We got two great guests. Simon Davies, who's the SVP and GM of APJ for Databricks. Thanks for coming on.
Great to be here.
Territory. Anish Shah, President and CEO of Jio Platforms. They're large, huge, 190 million user base. They got telecom, they got digital media, full scale production. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on theCUBE.
Thank you, John.
Packed house, 31,000 people. I was going to bust out at the seams here.
It's a huge conference, isn't it? The energy here is pretty amazing.
It's amazing, and it gets loud. We'll keep it as tight as possible. I want to talk about scale, because the show here kind of puts the final piece of the puzzle together for Databricks. You got the transactional piece. So it's all kind of coming together. Now people are putting AI into their business. They're injecting intelligence. That comes from the data, so we're hearing all that here. So when you look at the data piece, what's that mean for you guys? Give us some examples of what you're doing with Databricks, but talk about what that translates into scale, how you are operating your business.
Sure. I think, as you introduced, Reliance is a big conglomerate. We have many large businesses, telecom, media, energy, retail, and they're pretty large. And again, all of them generate a lot of data, especially telecom and retail, billions of data points which we generate. So obviously for us, anything which we want to do with data, we have to do it at scale. And I think since the time we have been working with Databricks, a lot of these things we have now started. For example, we are the fastest company moving 25 petabyte of data into Databricks in just 6 months. More than 12,000 tables we have just moved, and we have more than 1,500 jobs running to get all these things done. So when you talk about data and at scale, I think Databricks proves it very clearly that it can run at scale.
What's great about what you guys are doing is you have all the secret pieces. You got the network,
yep.
You got the energy,
yes.
And you got the data.
Yes.
And scale.
And scale.
So when you look at all the AI cards, NVIDIA, supercomputing, they all talk about the 5-layer cake, energy, and networking, and power.
Yes.
So when you get all that, how does that translate when the data comes together?
Right.
What are some of the things you guys see as opportunities that were not possible in the past?
Yeah, I think one of the greatest things which we have learned, and by doing foundation, which is, Databricks helps you to build that solid, strong foundation. And this foundation is the only thing which is required if you want to do anything with AI. Contextualizing anything in general, you can't do it if you don't have AI. And for that, you need data. And I think that's the solid foundation you get it here. And as you rightly said, whether it is energy, whether it is telecom, you need to have that strong foundation.
It's an AI factory, the whole system.
AI factory, yes.
Simon, talk about Databricks' international growth, because we're in a global economy right now. Sovereignty is big, it's been around for cloud, data protection, data privacy, but now you have economies running. Yeah. Businesses, large, medium, and small, getting superpowers as they start to protect their intelligence of their business. Yeah. We saw that in the transactional piece, the final piece of the puzzle. So this is going to be a really good opportunity for business.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some pretty astounding growth in Asia Pacific. About 85% growth year on year last year. We're growing our team a lot. And in order to support our customers on that journey, we're really excited to announce recently we're targeting to train over 700,000 people across the region, helping to skill up in data and AI, because as you said, 700,000, as you said, that really is the fuel that businesses are looking to unlock new capabilities.
What's your goals on staffing? Is it what's the geographical spread? Just share kind of the key areas you're focused on.
Yeah, we're spread right across the region. We've got a big team in India. Japan is a very big market for us. I've got a strong team in Australia, New Zealand, great team in ASEAN, Greater China, and then we see some really interesting use cases, particularly around the transactional stuff that you talked about, the lake-based solution. Krafton, a gaming company out of Korea, is doing some really amazing user experience stuff. Super cool, super interesting to see. So we see innovation right across the region.
gaming is definitely innovative in Asia Pacific, but the semiconductors as well. What's the overall forecast for the AI side of it? Where's the market opportunity for you guys?
I think it's across the board. I think we're still a little bit earlier in the journey. We're seeing a lot of organizations, to Anish's point about really focusing on how do they build that data foundation at this stage. But also there's a lot that really want to leapfrog much more into leveraging AI for core processes and what that means for them, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Anish, talk about what's changed in the past year for you, business-wise. What you were optimizing for, and the shift we're seeing. When was the big aha moment? Was it last year, 2 years ago? And what's changed in the past year for you?
I think the speed of change is something which is now happening very fast. And that's something which, and this is seen across all our businesses. Look at telecom, look at retail, look at energy. Just because we are now able to see things in real time, we are able to analyze things in real time, we are able to talk to our data, which was never possible in past. I think that's the change which people are able to not even fathom, to say, how can I now leverage this to do more? And people are getting innovative ideas to say, how do I do things more?
Yeah.
What's been the crossover lift between all that integration of assets?
Yes.
Because you have a lot of asset cross-pollination.
Yeah.
Now that you got the data set up, digital media, energy, and telecom. Let's just take telecom and media, which I know more than energy, but the crossover benefits of subscribers that were buying bandwidth, or that prices going down, performance is going up, but this business in the digital side, that's a real interesting combo.
Oh yes, I think this is something which has been possible because of unified platform which we can build on Databricks. Because now we can get data points coming from retail, coming from media, coming from telecom, and you are now able to unify things for the customer and giving real value to the customer, which was not possible because earlier everything was in silos. Now that's the unified platform which we are able to do.
Yeah.
You were talking earlier about you have your own AI system prior to the hyperscalers.
Yes.
Talk about that architectural decision, why you chose that, and what the benefits you're seeing from that.
I think one of the reasons why we are doing it, because just the way we have built all this business, we are also getting into the business of intelligence. We want to build intelligence, consumer intelligence services, enterprise intelligence services. These are not platforms, but these are actual services which we want to deliver to consumers and enterprise. Now, of course, to do that, you need to have all the stack, right from energy to compute, to models, to data, and then on top of it, you need to have agentic frameworks delivering those services.
Don't forget the spectrum.
Of course, the spectrum is...
I mean, you got the wireless layer. I could be an enterprise customer
connectivity, yes.
in 1 hour.
Yes.
In the next hour, I could be gaming.
Well, of course.
And you got to have a very intelligent access.
Smart intelligent access to that, yes. It's smart intelligent access. And I think with having all these layers, we believe that we can now get into the intelligence business. Now to get into the intelligence business, if you don't have this entire stack, then you can't get it done. So that's the reason why we have been involved in building this kind of architecture.
I mean, it's funny, you have pioneers like yourself, you're on the frontier. Companies like Uber did it last generation.
Yes.
That was a unicorn. They were using columnar databases to the level no one saw, but then that became a template for everyone else. We hear DraftKings earlier, we had Adapar on Financial, now you're here. The pattern is clear, there's an integration going on. How does a company build intelligence? Because what we're seeing here is that your data is your business brain.
Yes.
What advice, how would you prescribe people watching what you're doing? Because that's the holy grail. People are trying to get to, hey, I want to inject intelligence in my business and then make intelligence my business model.
Yeah.
That's kind of the trend here.
Yeah. I think it's very simple, if you ask me. First is you need to go by foundation layer. You have to create layer by layer architecture. And at the foundation, you need to have your data architecture the best, because anything you want to do agentic, anything you want to do intelligence, without context, without data, it will just not work. And that is the foundation layer you have to build. On top of it, bring all your processes, bring all your systems, bring all your workflows, and then get it onto the agentic flare.
All right, so I have to ask you, Simon, you can chime in too on your team.
Yeah.
Your team must be going to town on the agents. They must love it.
Yeah.
You got Token Factory,
Yes.
basically on-premise.
On-premise
It's like
token.
candy
Yes.
for the developers and builders, not just developers.
That's right,
People
yeah.
don't have to be a developer.
Yes.
Seeing that here. What's it been like for the organization? Was it faster innovation, happier people? What's been the impact? Obviously the engagement's high.
Faster innovation, yes, because that's something which is really helping us to move it. But I think more importantly, we are able to now see our business end-to-end results. We are able to do it in every area, whether it is in operations, whether it is in our finance, whether it is in business services. Everywhere we are able to see this transparently, end-to-end visibility.
Yeah.
That is helping us to really scaling up the businesses. That's really important.
And you guys have done a great job deploying Genie
Oh yes.
across your business users, putting data not just in the hands of the data scientists and data engineers, bringing it to the business users.
Explain how you're using Genie, because that's hot.
Oh yeah, in fact, we were the very first users the moment Genie came, and it has been given to our business users. Innovatively, business users have come back with so many other use cases which
We
our
hadn't even thought
developers
of, right?
had never thought about.
Yeah.
And today, I think we are able to now roll out so many use cases on Genie, not by our developers, by the business users themselves.
I'm getting the impression you're kind of humble. Simon, chime in. He's being humble. Explain what he's doing, because I think this is a real great example.
Yeah, so they're basically making their business data available through the native language interface that Genie provides to let them query the data, making it accessible to everybody, letting them take the use cases they want to build out across supply chain, finance, making decisions around carriers, making decisions around how you the 5G towers, all of that data coming into Databricks and then being accessible in a way that's never been done before. And the Reliance team, you're right, he's being quite humble. They're kind of one of the best APAC customers we've got, just demonstrating the way that can be possible.
I love the vertical integration. I love the full stack, even through the spectrum. I see a lot of opportunity there. Final question for you guys. What are you optimizing for? Anish, we'll start with you. What's your goals now that you got the table set? What's next?
I think this was a very important step for us to reach to the next level, and for us now, we want to really build the intelligence business, and we want to bring intelligence to every business. So whether it is retail, we are saying we want autonomous retail. We want autonomous telecom. We want autonomous energy services. We want autonomous financial services. So obviously a lot of things on agentic is what we want to bring. But more importantly, we are trying to build intelligence business for consumers and enterprise.
Yeah.
That's something which is very, very exciting.
Simon, you got a lot of growth ahead of you. What's your optimization plan? What's your focus?
Well, I think there's a couple of engines for us that'll drive it. Certainly partnerships with organizations like Reliance. We're excited. We're bringing Databricks to the Jio Azure region for India, which will help us from a sovereign point of view, being able to support public sector much more. And then we're seeing just a lot of really interesting use cases. We've got organizations like the National Australia Bank down in ANZ that's really helping us push the boundaries of the Lakewatch, the new security capability that's coming there, as they unlock more and more value from their data. So for us, it's really just about how do we activate that, how do we support customers on that journey, how do we help economies build around the opportunity that data and AI will create.
Yeah, we had Patrick right on earlier.
Yep.
Great example. They were on last year. Well, congratulations and we'll keep following what you're doing. Great template.
Thank you so much.
I'm John Furrier, host of theCUBE, here live on the show floor of Databricks Data and AI Summit. More action coming after this short break. Stay with us.